Hey guys, it's Wintwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a speed build of a modern sort of minimalist home down in, what is this place called? Mount Komorebi. So yeah, it's going to be very like natural wood tones. It's going to have more of like a natural texture for the flooring. It's going to use a lot of warmer wood tones and just sort of like tan and white, so it's very basic. The landscaping will be a little bit colorful. There will be like a little rock garden, and yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I'll have some grass and stuff. I played a little bit with the terrain paint, but not too much. The surrounding terrain paint sort of has a lot of grass, so I kind of figured I could mix it a little bit, so kind of had some grass and some sand. So yeah, but the idea for this house was basically, I saw this picture and I think it must have been the back of the house, but I decided to make this the front of the house, where they had this huge like sliding glass door that just looked out into presumably a pretty place like nature or something. So I wanted to do something like that. It just looked super peaceful and calming and like complete solitude, or like solitary, calm, zen type of feel. So that's what I was going for today. So we used the eco lifestyle sliding doors, of course, because they're the biggest, and we make, or at least try to replicate something similar to that. I think realistically, this definitely would have been the back of the house. Like, who has a sliding glass door as their front door? No one. But I just kind of liked it being in the front, and I think it made the house look interesting from the front, and I don't know how I would have made the house interesting if I didn't use this as the front of the house. So yeah, this house is also very small. I don't think it will qualify as any of the tiered tiny homes, simply because there's platforms on the outside, and then I believe I used platforms for the roofing, but I don't particularly remember. So you guys can definitely check that if you want to download it. I don't remember at all. I absolutely love the way the kitchen comes out in this. You will see. It's so I actually mixed, I believe, Jungle Adventure and the island counters, or just the counters from this pack, Snowy Escape, and it turned out really nice. And I did this super cool thing with these paintings that I download off of the gallery. In case you guys don't know, people will like, if you like search by rooms and you type in paintings, people actually go through the trouble of making their Sims paint custom content art, but they have them paint it as like using the paint by reference feature in the Sims game. And so then they take those painted versions and upload them to the gallery so that they no longer qualify as custom content. So you're basically getting custom content without actually dealing with all of the negatives of custom content, which is super great. So I actually used some not custom but custom content paintings in this build to have this sort of like, I don't know, banner or ballast. Well, not baluster really, but I don't know. You guys will see what it looks like. I can't think of the word specifically right off the top of my head for some reason, but it just looks so cool, and I'm in love with it. Spandrels. I'm thinking about spandrels. It kind of looks like spandrels. I also like the way I played with the platforms in this build a lot. I think it makes it look just a little bit more interesting. That's the really good thing about platforms, is to just make everything look a little bit more interesting than they would otherwise. Like, I feel like a flat house just doesn't look as cool as something with platforms in it, and it definitely gets a little bit complicated, especially because of the glitchiness of it, but it was super fun to do. I did not playtest this house, I don't think, but I don't think there will be any functionality issues. There seems to be pretty much a lot of space. The only thing I'd be a little bit concerned about is maybe the living room, but I think you should be fine overall. So yeah, so this pack, or this build, is slightly limited, but there's still quite a few packs used. You don't necessarily need the stuff packs, but in terms of like major packs to have, you'll probably want Island Living, Eco Lifestyle, and Snowy Escape. Those are kind of, oh, and Jungle Adventure for the kitchen. I think I used Dine Out for all of the kitchen clutter, and then a couple of stuff packs like Cool Kitchen Stuff or something, I think. And then I use Spot A a little bit, it seems. I'm not sure what else I use, but I think you should be fine if you have those packs. And of course, if you guys download it, you can figure out ways to kind of reinvent or move things around if you need to. So yeah, that's why I always say that even if you don't have all the packs I've used, I highly suggest still trying to download the build, because chances are if you have enough of the packs in the build, it won't matter that much if you're missing like the dining set that I used or the couch that I used or whatever clutter you might be missing out on. This is when the things started getting glitchy, and I hate the platforms because what happens is if you place walls and it requalifies as a room, all of the platforms move in the surrounding rooms, which is like so annoying. This is what I was talking about, okay, which I use some really cool custom painting. So it is kind of inspired by a lot of like Asian aesthetics. I don't really know specifically, but I would assume this stems from more like Japanese or Chinese, because obviously pink cherry blossoms are very popular in both of those countries, I believe. So yeah, and then in terms of the paintings, of course, I use the paintings from the Snow Escape pack, so that's why we have that. And then I think that's it. I used one more painting, but I don't really think it's inspired by anything specifically, so yeah. And then I just love the little fact that this kitchen is in like a little cubby. And I love that originally I was going to use these cabinets, but it just looked kind of weird and it covered up my paintings, and I did not want to go through the trouble of replacing all of those paintings so that they would fit with these cabinets. So I was like, never mind, we're not doing cabinets, we're doing open shelving. And you guys know I'm a big fan of open shelving in The Sims, because if there's one thing we all know about Simmers is that they love, love, love their clutter. So open shelving is always a great thing to use. It's just more annoying because a lot of times you have to shuffle things around a lot to get items where you actually want them placed. I also did that thing, I think, where I put the two shelves together. I don't remember if I keep it like that, but I just kind of like mixing them because you can use like a white shelf and then use a wood tone as sort of the part of it as well, so it just kind of looks cooler. So I'm like completely struggling to get this voiceover done, but I've had this video for a while, so I really want to get it turned in. Plus, usually I pre-record all of my material, so I had it like pre-recorded up to like 6 weeks or something for the last, I don't know, month or two. So I've been like having pre-record stuff up to 6 weeks, and then I stopped playing The Sims for a little bit and I stopped recording for a little bit. So now I only have 1 week of content left. 1 week of content left until I have to start re-recording, so I'm kind of redoing that and starting to get these videos up and posted so that I don't have to like worry if I get lazy and then miss a week or something. So this will hopefully be coming in the next couple of weeks, or from when I'm talking. Today is the 12th of June, so probably be up by the 27th or something. So yeah, I do upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays. I also posted a new content schedule on Twitter. I posted a while back, but I haven't posted it anywhere else yet. But basically, I'm going to be posting Tuesdays, Thursdays for Sims builds. I will also be posting Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I'm going to be playing Virtual Families, which is a Let's Play type of thing that I've been doing. It's a game very similar to The Sims. If you guys haven't checked out any of those videos, I highly suggest that you do. You might like it, you might not. They're kind of like Let's Plays, but the game is much more like simpler than that, and the game is actually real time, so I can't like speed things through, so I kind of record multiple videos over a week and then just put them into one video. So I check in on them every single day, and you guys get to see me check in on them, and so that's kind of the Let's Play. And then I'm also playing The Tenants, which is a build simulation game, kind of. It's so basically you work as like a landlord, and your job is to renovate other people's buildings, whether it be through like a room or a level, but you'll get assigned different jobs, and of course as you level up you'll get more job options, but also you work as like you work as a landlord, so you have to take care of an apartment and make sure that there's a renter in it, and you have to charge them, so you get to negotiate, you have to decorate that room, you gotta take care of any issues that happen, like if the fridge breaks or if they want their cable upgrade or whatever. So then you can get money from both your renter and from the jobs you're doing, and eventually you'll be able to buy more apartments, and then you'll start renting out even more and make more and more money. And I think as you level up you also get access to new worlds, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's what I'm working on the last few days. I haven't played The Tenants in quite a few months because, like I said, I pre-record all my material, so but I should be getting back to it because I think my content will be running out soon when I'm recording this. Like I think ends in 2 weeks. So like I think the last one I uploaded was part 4, so I need to start getting a move on because I just uploaded part 1 last week. Tomorrow part 2 will come out, and then so I have 2 weeks left until I have to get some more content going for that one. I also ran out of virtual families content. Usually I would have a virtual families video coming out today, which is Saturday. Well, Saturday, like when I'm doing the voiceover, not like when you guys are listening to it, but I would have had virtual families, but I hadn't been playing for a while because I wasn't able to like keep checking on them. Like I didn't have the motivation to. And the thing with that game is like if your people die while you're not checking on them, there's no going back. So like I'm trying to do a whole generation of like people, so I don't want to risk them dying. So I was like, no, we're just gonna pause the game for a little bit until I get back into playing that game a little bit more. But now I'm running out of content, so I need to start playing that game a little bit more. But yeah, I also am getting a desktop computer, so I should be starting to stream soon. I'm waiting until I get the desktop because I've heard that streaming on a desktop is a little bit better, and it'll work out better for me because I actually don't have that much space on my laptop. I only have about 30 gigs of free space on my laptop because of how much space The Sims and all these other programs take that I use. So I'm really glad that I'm getting a desktop for that because that means I will be able to stream and I won't have to worry about running out of space to export or edit videos, or if I have content sitting on my computer or anything like that, I can just record directly to my computer. I also have a Passport, which is what I've been doing recently, is recording my videos on my hard drive and then editing them and uploading them onto my computer, or exporting the edited video onto my computer. But it's just such a hassle. I don't like dealing with my hard drive because sometimes if I move, it'll like unplug and then the video gets corrupted, or if I'm doing video editing while having the hard drive, then I have to go back in and relocate all the files, and it's so annoying. So I don't want to do that anymore, so that's why I got the desktop as well. And I think for streaming purposes, it's just, I don't think my laptop can handle like 7 different programs running at once, because you need to have like either OBS or Twitch Studio running in terms to like actually stream, and then I need to have a recording device, because I'm not actually sure if Twitch Studio records. I know OBS does, but I assume it does, but in case I also might need that. And then I need to have the game, obviously. And The Sims is already laggy and takes a lot out of my computer. So it's good that I'm getting a desktop to handle that. I'm kind of surprised because I have a really good, like, laptop. So the fact that it gets kind of, like, overused just from The Sims is crazy to me, because it's a good laptop, you know? You wouldn't expect it, so that just kind of shows how much The Sims really takes. And I'm not actually sure. I'm curious to see how well it runs on the desktop, because I'm kind of curious if it's going to be laggy and still have some issues, or like overheat while playing The Sims fairly quickly, about as quickly as my laptop does, because I always hear a lot of complaints on Twitter about lagginess and how it's like takes too much and their coding's really bad. But I often don't experience lag, and usually if I do, it's just because my computer has been used all day and then starts getting like overused, so then it starts getting laggy. But I don't know if it's like a computer thing. Like, I'm kind of curious. I'm just curious to see how The Sims is going to run. Like, is it based off of what computer you use? But obviously The Sims should be like usable for whatever computer you have. I'm like totally ranting about something completely wasteless right now. But anyways, I'm getting a desktop, so hopefully I should be recording and streaming soon. I think I'm going to stream on Twitch. I think that's just the best option. The only issue is that like I don't do face cam on my build videos yet, and I don't know if I want to do face cam for streaming, but I think that if I want to do while it's streaming, I need to have face cam. But I don't know if I want to do face cam. I kind of like like the idea of not having it. Oh, we've gotten to pictures. Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting. But that's why I just don't know. So we'll see what happens for that. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. As always, if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, hit the subscribe button. If you really like me and be notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.